Ooh.
Yep,
Is it?
it's live now.
Okay, there we go.
It's live now. Oh,
All right, sorry. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
we sorry.
Yeah,
All
that's
right, so we
fine.
back. So we live.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Simone, let me
are.
post the link
Ah,
for this
yeah.
specific live that we're gonna do.
I want to slap him with the same clap he putting on.
That was a round of applause. That wasn't a slap. So you know what? Stop firing your Ryan, your big toe. Ryan, your big
Somebody
toe.
kill the DJ. Just kill the DJ, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh God. Okay.
All right, guys. So we're going to, I guess, reintroduce ourselves. I am Apple, aka Apple
Hold, hold,
Sauce,
hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. McDonald's Wi-Fi left. You gotta get her back.
Anyways, I'm Simone, aka Moni.
and we
Alrighty,
go ahead.
alrighty. I'm Mike, aka Mike Jones.
Hmm.
Moment, was all on me. Oh, I had to give his. That's his.
It's
Yeah,
good.
listen, look. I'm Philly Biggs, and we going to the Super Bowl.
Okay, he's Philly from Brooklyn, by the way, you guys.
And I'm
Damn, just
Thomas
tell my
J.
location. God damn.
We're
It's
gonna
okay.
find you.
I got ops out here, man.
Oh, oh, oh,
Shit.
oop.
I'm gonna opt you. I ain't got nothing.
All right. And our guest, Thomas. Go ahead, Thomas.
Thomas J, known as the Source, here tonight.
He also
Welcome.
can help you fix your credit scores, guys. Toot, toot, toot. See? See?
Oh, so you're
There
just
you
saying it.
go.
Oh, you can help your credit. So he's basically a scammer, but in a in a proper way. You just I fuck with you. Oh
Um,
man.
we do have one more host, Shirley, Chocolate Swirls. We have just introduced her. She's not on at the
Somebody
moment.
help her, please. Somebody
She
help her.
she will her McDonald's Wi-Fi will get it together eventually.
Y'all are so wrong
He ain't
on
wrong.
so many levels. Y'all just wrong.
Somebody get a
Anyways,
hot spot. Get a hot spot.
Actually, I don't even know why she's not connected to it because she got my T-Mobile hotspot downstairs with her.
Ah, shit. Just blow the girl up, right?
So let me. Oops, my bad. Uh, all right, our
man.
hot topic tonight, which we'll be discussing a little bit later, is on Tyre Nichols. If you guys don't know about it, read up about it. Simone, I think you're gonna share a video today,
What
or no?
video?
You're not
No.
gonna share the video?
What video?
Isn't there a video of him
I'm
getting his?
not sharing that video. That
Oh,
is too
Why
okay.
you don't?
graphical. No,
Why
I'm
you
not
want
doing
to share
that.
that video? I mean,
It's
if it's
too
on TMZ, you
graphical.
can share it.
It's on every streaming platform: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. He said TMZ. Everybody got it. If you ain't seen it, go see it. If you don't want to see it, by all means, you ain't got to.
All right. I
I,
am
I, I
trying to
just watched
find
it on my
out.
phone.
Okay, you
Really?
watched it?
So
Yeah,
you
you saw
saw?
I
that?
just watched it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's tough to watch.
Man, let's get into that right now. Because right now, the way I feel, people going to be mad at me.
I seen that
But,
they had another
he,
that
Yeah,
he just
I
got
was gonna
suspended.
get into that. We was
What
gonna
the?
get into that, but let's hold off on that. Let's hold off. Oh, sorry.
That's crazy.
hold on. Let's get to it. FBI, open up. Let's get to it. Come on, man. I'm ready. Because y'all
Hey,
everybody quick to persecute these five black guys, but I mean, Breonna Taylor killers are
Quick,
still walking.
quick.
Let's get to it.
y-
Hmm.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
mhm, mhm.
But let's just brush up on what's going on, and then we'll talk about that new information. Well, it's not even new. It's just that we didn't see it. A lot of us didn't really pay full attention to the full video.
Yes.
Hmm?
Mike, you sticking? You sticking, your Wi-Fi sticking. But yeah, so for the ones who have male kids, what's your thought? Philly, you want to go first?
Good.
Kill the
Shirley's
pig.
not here.
I'm here. I'm right
Shirley.
here.
Oh, you said Philly. I was about to say Shirley's
Yeah, I
not
said
here.
Philly.
Mike, we do hear you. Yes.
Um, I try to teach my son. Cause my son's 4. I'm trying to teach my son. If you have a run-in with cops, just listen to what they gotta say. I mean, if you ain't doing nothing wrong outside, then you shouldn't be scared to have interaction with cops. I never really did nothing outside, and whenever they came to stop me or ask me questions, I listened to them and I talk. You know what I mean? Sometimes they do that to get a rise out of you. I remember, I think I forgot who I told the story to, but I was by my grandmother's crib in Bushwick. Cops came out the unmarked car and was asking me if I live here. I said, yeah. Do you want my ID? He ain't say anything. Then he said, what's in the bag? I said, my Xbox. Then he's gonna give me a story. Oh well, around the neighborhood, you got a lot of break-ins for Xboxes. I'm looking at him like, really?
Oh,
So I didn't say, you know what I mean? I didn't rush to no conclusion, nothing. I said, no, it's my Xbox. I got the receipt and everything upstairs. I still have the box upstairs in my grandmother's house. And he just said, okay, have a good night, and left. Now, if I was being belligerent, it was how he would have beat me in that dark corner, and nobody would have knew.
Mhm.
So I just tried. They do that to get a rise, Just don't give them a reason to. That's how I see it. That's all.
you guys can hear me?
I feel you on that one. Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Yes, we can hear
I
Yeah.
you.
feel you on that one about just doing what you're told and this and that. But there's a lot of times you watch those videos and they doing exactly what they told and it still end up bad. But we gotta acknowledge this when it
Okay.
comes to police.
Yes.
The police was literally created to catch runaway slaves. Let's let's
Mhm.
Mhm.
let's remember. Let's take that into consideration. So that is the culture of the police force is you know to catch runaway slaves. It was literally created to catch runaway slaves. So um as me personally, like I don't have a son, but me personally, I've had running with the police for like literally like no reason. And I don't like to like bring up because I'm black and this and that, but there's sometimes it's like I have no choice, but to bring that up because of the way how I was treated versus somebody else. And
Mhm.
I'm not sure what's going on in the police force, what kind of training or whatever they get, but I believe my opinion is that most of these police officers out there are like kids that have been bullied, that's been picked on and this and that as in, so they like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna be a police officer so I can make a change. And that childhood trauma is what pushes most of their actions. um because most of the time when these black people getting killed, there's no real threat. They just see a black man, oh my god, he's a threat. But then again, you watch a video with a guy with a knife, a white guy with a knife, and they tase him and they take him and he's in jail.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's real hard to really explain um why that happens, but you can easily see the
Right.
motivation behind it.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Another thing too, though, and I've experienced this myself. Like I experienced this in Long Island. A lot of police don't get a lot of action, especially country states like those, Memphis, Tennessee, those areas. They don't get that much action. So it's like when these cornball ass dudes I was getting bullied 10 years ago when I was in high school, now they're police officers. So the first time they actually get some real action, they go above and beyond and want to hurt the person. They want to damn near kill the person. So it's like that. That plays another role too because I went to a house party in Long Island and up in Hempstead, and there was a fight a bit that I had nothing to do with. So during when the police was trying to like clear the crowd, like get everybody away from the house party, my friend had drove me there, so I'm sitting on his trunk. So because the driver of my vehicle wasn't there yet and I couldn't leave, I got arrested for that. And I was sitting on his trunk, and the man was like, "Yo, I need you to leave the area." I'm like, "Officer, this is my ride. My ride is on his way. Y'all clearing the party's over. Y'all shut the party down." Everybody's leaving. The driver's supposed to be on his way because the party is over. I'm sitting on the trunk. He arrests me because I didn't leave the area, and I'm sitting on top of. I'm sitting on my ride to go home. So like,
Now you know so crazy with that. I'm a bouncer out here in New York. So
right,
I did over the summer. I did a party in Long Island, and being that we
right,
knew that, we did a team party. We made the kids stay inside the backyard till their
right,
rides was
Mm.
outside in the front. Because the
right.
Nassau cops out there is different. They're real different. They're really
Thank you.
assholes.
Them Nassau cops is different. I ain't gonna lie to
Yeah,
you. And Nassau that to me that they move like their own state. They're a city, but they move like their own country. Like out there, like
yeah, they
I don't
do.
understand. They
That's
they
because
different out there.
that's because the people pay them directly. I don't know how to say it. Like,
That
see how
too.
our taxes paid in
You're
NYPD?
right. You gotta
Those
pay your
people,
garbage to be picked up out there. In order to take your
right?
sanitation's free here. So I know you're absolutely right. They snow
Crazy.
get swept faster than Brooklyn downtown. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know.
It's crazy. Um, I matter of fact, I had another run in with cops. I was doing a Halloween party, and
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with the video games. The guys, there's a game called Army of Two
Army
Uh-huh,
of
that came out
uh-huh.
Two.
for the. Okay, so I was dressed like one of them. I had the mask, the vest, the leg holster, everything, the gun, whatever. I took pictures, came out the party, went to put it in my boy's car. I'm on the phone in my left hand and a vape in my right. So
Oh
two cop
shit.
cars came around. Unmarked cars. I wasn't paying attention to them. I saw them, but I wasn't. You know what I mean? So I guess
Mm-hmm.
it was watching me, and I forgot I had my leg holster on still. So I went to go take that off, but I'm on the phone. So flashlight came in my eye. I'm like, what's going on? So I put my hand up like this because I'm like, shit. It's a leg holster. They probably looking at that.
Right.
It's about 5 to 6 white dudes and one black guy. And then, like I said, vaping phone in my hands, and I'm like this. And the one black guy comes and twists my wrist like I'm about to drop my phone on vape to grab the gun on my leg. And I'm looking at him like, yo, bro, I put my hands up so you can see that I'm not a threat, and you still trying to like strong arm me. They
Twist
didn't arrest
and
me.
that's it.
They ran my name. They took the little toy gun. I said, here, you can have it. I don't.
Right, right.
They gonna give me with the. They want to give me the well, they got gangs out here. They see you with that, they're gonna pull out. Bro, who are you talking to? Like, nobody does that.
Like, come on, bro. Like they just want something to say. They just want to have a reason to say something.
Yeah,
Man, yo,
unfortunately, most of the time, those black police officers are the ones that be more aggressive than
Because they
and
gotta
that's
show up for the white cops to
Yeah, it's
show them
I
but
think
but
they
that's what
part
it
of the
is.
team.
but this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying when the because I think Apple was talking about it earlier when we was in the discussion. The KKK is basically in the police force, and the police force was made to run these black neighborhoods, right?
Yeah,
From
for
the
Yep.
sure.
time the gangs started being made, and a white cop walked down the street, he was getting shot at, right? So I think they
Mhm.
felt to like, okay, let's hire some more blacks now to infiltrate the black neighborhoods because we can't get in
Mhm.
there without getting shot at.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then they just
It's all part of their
That's how
plan.
they
Because
get their bonus.
And that's
it's
exactly how they
it's
get
you
their
it's a
have
bonus.
to
culture.
also think about the
It's
training, the way they are trained. So I've
right.
asked, and I've encountered several police officers and asked them that question, and a lot of them have said they are not trained to wound.
You're supposed
They're
to be
trained
trained
to
So
to.
kill.
they're
They're
not.
trained to kill.
They're not. So I thought that's what the training was, but that's not the case.
No, they're
They're not
trained to
trained
shoot
to wound.
center mass.
So yeah,
It's
Like you're
just
supposed to
they
shoot
trained to
somebody in
shoot
their
center
but
mass.
shoulder or their leg,
but
instead of killing the person.
I
You know what I'm
had
saying? But they probably shoot. Not kill him.
I had read an article that said that they're supposed to diffuse. They're supposed to find a way where they
The diffuse
de-escalate the
situation. Right.
situation, not
Mhm.
make the situation worse. Now, given sometimes we can get ignorant minded, and because I guess I'm not making excuses, but I would say like sometimes it can get frustrating. Like I know I didn't do anything. I know I don't have no record or whatever the case is, but you're treating me like I don't have rights. And which is true. Like they say we have rights, but we really don't. It's like a facade they put up to make it sound pretty and
I
nice.
agree. Hmm.
But when you really face the reality of it, really don't. Yeah, I was saying sometimes we just have to comply. At the same time, it's like, okay, but I have right. I want to know, why am I getting pulled over? What did
Mm,
I do? Because it could have been something
mhm,
I did do, but I wasn't aware that I did it. For
mhm,
example, I was in New York, and I think I got so used to Florida, like you can have your phone in your hand. I was holding my phone in my hand. I didn't have it in my ear. It was just holding in my hand, and they pulled me over, literally up the block from my house. And one cop got out, so I'm looking. But then when I look to the left, I see the other cop, and he's looking at my car like, "Are you like, is that serious?" And when I got pulled over for, they said, "Oh, you had your phone in your hand, so you need two cops to tell me I had my phone in my hand."
That's standard procedure though. It's one side, one side.
I guess, but it's never that
It's
serious.
intimidating.
But
I
you know,
It's
it's another
very
thing too. A
intimidating.
lot, another. I'm sorry to cut you off, Tom. A lot of these cops also is trained to like, what's that thing called again? They have to meet a certain quota. So like, even as an
mhm,
individual,
Hmm.
as an individual, I may feel that I may not want to give this person this ticket, but guess what? If I don't give this person this ticket, I'm not gonna make my quota. I may lose my job. You know, I'm not making a
That's
quota. So
true.
a lot of bullshit, a lot of happens because cops do certain wickedness for their personal feelings because they want to keep their job. They gotta feed their
That's
family.
true,
They
And
and
gotta,
that, yeah, that's
and
something they gotta cut for real.
yeah,
They
and
that's
gotta
something they
cut
gotta.
that.
yes.
I
They also
agree
gotta
with you
cut the
guys on that
immunity nonsense.
They do it
Like
because
for their feelings too. They human beings same way like we human beings.
I actually to actually piggyback off of that. Funny thing, the same time I got pulled over for my phone, so I
You got
apparently
ticket?
got two tickets.
Damn.
Hold on. So the first ticket was for the
that ain't
phone,
nothing.
And the second ticket
but
for what?
the second ticket I got is because I gave him my Florida ID, my driver's license, because I turned in my New York State
Oh,
ID.
you got ticket for having two IDs.
My thing was when I took it to the DMV in Florida, they clipped it everything. It was
The New York ID.
non-use. Yeah, so no
Right,
more New York. It's only
right.
Florida. So I gave him my Florida. They run it in the system, which was not my fault. In the system says that I literally have two driver's license. How the frick I was supposed to know that shit? When I took to the DMV, I sent over everything, my plates, everything for New York.
Mhm.
So why is it that I'm getting a ticket for that? And I said I was not aware of that. Same day, I wasn't playing that shit. Same day I went to the DMV in Coney Island. Let me tell you something. You know what they told me?
No, you
You
don't.
know what she told me? You
Ah
not
shit.
wrong. They
Here
should
we
have
go
never
again.
gave me that ticket. Okay?
Mhm.
So did you fight it though? Could you beat
Did
it?
you fight it?
Did you?
Hell yeah. I went, saw the judge. He was like, you just have to appear in court. I said, that's fine. Last year, they sent me a letter that I had to come up there to appear in court in April. Come to find out, call, did a video thing. Come to find out, they postponed it to this year. So let's see what happened this year.
Okay.
You know what you should do? You should
Well,
I have
postpone it
my
ever,
again.
Yeah.
affidavits. I
ever
have
since
everything. So let's
COVID,
go.
they never in court.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So you know what you should do? You should try to postpone it again because I feel like after 3 years they just
It's past three
They
years.
don't. They don't. They don't. No.
I got that
they
That
ticket
have.
before COVID
that
Nah.
even
judge
started.
gotta dismiss it. That judge
They're
who
gonna
keep
dismiss it.
postponing
Come
it is the
on.
one that gotta dismiss it.
They're
So
looking at that and it was like, wait, this this don't make sense. It's not her
that
fault.
judge who's never in court is the one who gotta dismiss it.
Oh,
So,
Well, that,
but
yeah,
like I
that's the
said, they
problem.
gotta make their quota. So they
yeah,
do
that's
what they
another
need to
problem.
do to make their quota. They're
Exactly.
out there. They're
They
running
do.
plates. They're seeing who they could catch to get those tickets in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They doing illegal stuff
Mhm.
to keep their job. Yeah.
You
But
Yeah, but the thing is too.
cover cops. You even got undercover cops doing that grimy shit. Cause
Yeah.
when I was in New York City, and my big one was a baby at the time, and I used to work in a city. They have to go to the Bronx to pick her up from the daycare that she was at, and some guy I paid to get into the train thing, and then he opened up the door to come in with my baby in a stroller. The big ass stroller isn't going through the turnstile. Okay, I have to go through the side door. So I go through the side door. It was undercovers who was chilling right there on the fucking wall. It's not like we don't know that you're undercovers, motherfucker. They see me going in my shirt to pull out the thing, and they stop me before I pull it out. Oh, come here. You just went through without paying. Motherfucker, you see me pulling out my shit to pay. And what are you doing as an undercover pulling anybody over for going through the fucking door of the train station? Like what?
I'll give you a good one. How long ago was that for you?
She was born in 2010, so that was like 2012.
So
2012.
you know they just hired security guards to stand there and watch if you jump the turnstile now.
Oh, for
Yeah,
real?
because
I
But
ain't know
that's
that.
uh
fine though, because that's their
Yeah.
job. You know what I'm saying? You
Ju-
know.
I am
yeah,
not
that's
stopping
not
nobody.
Look
I ain't
into.
got no gun, no vest, no pepper spray, no knife. I'm gonna
No, but
stop
I'm
somebody
Well,
to
they
jump.
saying what
have
I mean
that.
is they're specific for that. You know what I'm saying? Not this police officer that's supposed to be doing everything they have to be, and that's the problem. They have police officers doing everything. If you have a
That's
mental
true.
case, their police is called. You don't have
That's
any
true.
somebody that specialize in anybody who have any mental issues. So the police see something threatening, they're gonna shoot up the person, and the person don't even have control or understanding of what they're doing, and
Well,
that's
Mm.
well, what, what,
that's the problem.
what, well, with that, in a way, with that mental thing, they call it an EDP, emotional disturbed person. So the cops
Mm.
know what
mhm.
they're walking into. They call it. I have a scanner. Don't worry about me.
That's what's
I
up.
hear
That's
it all
what's
the
up.
time. EDPs, EDPs. So
But
when you
even
hear
if a
that, you
situation like
know
that,
what you're right.
No, but they
Go
don't
ahead.
know how to handle it. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
you're
They're
but
right.
not
You're right.
trained.
That's true.
They're
but
not
hold on,
trained how to
situation
handle
like
that.
the household, they not gonna handle this. They
Yeah,
wilding
but
out
they
things
don't
that
think
happen
like that.
to
That's the
sight.
point. Because,
How
like,
they
for
Yeah,
how they
that's
gonna
the
example,
deal with that?
problem. They not trained. They not
yeah,
trained
when
for that.
like when I was here in Miami, not far from where I live, there was a guy, a Vietnam vet, and we all knew that he had mental issues. Vietnam vet, he went through hell, and one day he came outside with a bat, and he's screaming or something. He didn't do nothing, but he's screaming. He's irritated, this and that. So the police come, and what they do, they pull out their guns and they tell him, drop the bat, but not realizing that he has some kind of mental issue.
Mm.
So the guy picks up the bat and they shot the guy like twice in the face. And I saw that and it angered me so much. 'Cause I'm like, yo, this guy survived Vietnam, all that hell, just to get shot
Shot in the
by the
face.
same people that's supposed to be protecting him. You know what I'm saying? That
Mhm.
he fought this country for. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And it's like people were upset because they knew that he had mental issues and they knew how to control him, but they the one
Mhm.
that called the police. You
Mm.
know, expecting the police to do something. The police did whatever they had to do. They
Defuse,
felt that
defuse.
diffuse
Right.
the situation
Just
by shooting the guy in
shot
the
him in
face.
the head.
That's their
But
way
Yeah,
of
but that's the thing.
diffusing.
Once
you know
you,
what I'm saying?
unfortunately, the color of your skin determines the placement of the
Where you get
bullet.
Exactly.
fuck out of here.
Yeah, because I seen guys, a black guy with a knife get shot like 15 times by a
Mm.
police officer, and a guy with a gun with an AK, white guy with an AK gets tackled. You know what I'm saying? So it's
That
it's
now
it's
that is true. That is true.
it's unfortunate. But the thing is, we
Just
got to remember too, they can have all the training in the world, all the best training in the world, but it's the culture of the
Mm.
police is what's doing it. Because
Mhm.
we've been trained,
that's why
we had
listen,
jobs that we've
they
been trained, and they be like, yo, you can do it like this though. You
so
know what I'm saying? Let me show you this how you do. Here how to do it easier.
so
Nobody trained you how to do that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it's just a culture that you know. And I don't like using race, but the white America, my uncle like to call them white supremacists. They have to keep that because they have to have some kind of control over us, and it's because it's so embedded in our culture that we once we see flashing lights, we start freaking out. We start like, oh, you ain't doing nothing wrong, But you see
That's
flashing light,
true.
you start tightening up. You be like,
It
oh
That
shit.
is
is.
You
so
know what
true. Like it
Hell
has,
yeah.
like not to cut you off, it has come to the point like as soon as you police, you like, do I pull over? What do I do? You start slowing down, like you know
Yeah.
you're going to speed limit, but it's just like for us as black people, and I don't want to racial part, but it is what
No,
it
it
is.
It
is
is
what
what
it
it
is.
But
It's
is.
Yeah.
come
okay,
to the
so
point where, hold on, it comes to the point where we don't know what to expect, so we have to expect the unexpected.
Let me tell you,
Mm.
right.
the safest car that I have ever felt driving in is a Tesla. I have never got
No.
pulled over in a Tesla, and I be going 100 miles an hour.
You know, and
They
that's so
don't pull
crazy
me
because
over.
they already put a preference of what who could afford a Tesla.
Yeah,
That is
But
yeah.
crazy.
that's what I'm saying.
All
That
right,
It's
is
a
so
culture.
okay,
Go
But
so
ahead,
with the
Philly.
whole
it's a generational thing. It's been years, like back when y'all was talking about the KKKs, everything. Like it was another article that I looked up, and it was saying that with the police force, well, in the beginning they were trained that black communities, especially black men, are aggressive. So they have to, no matter what, approach them with aggression.
right.
So if back
Fire with fire.
then
Yeah.
they were trained already like that, what makes it different that they're trained differently? And then if you really dissect it and go into the training, they do physical, they do a
Mhm.
written,
Mhm.
they do
but
a
that's crazy because it's more.
psychology. And when it comes to the psychology, they go back to your high school days and all of this stuff. If it's so easy for you to fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah,
you
for
don't
sure.
have no record and your high school said, "Oh,
Congressman.
you're a honor student, you did this, you did that," I want to know what in the psych test are they asking? Because when I took the psych test when I was going for school safety, they don't ask about race. They didn't ask about race. They didn't mention none of that. So
Mhm.
this is what I think that needs to be added if it's not already added now. That was a couple of years ago. So if it has not been added now, they need to add that. Because and then it can't be a simple question. It has to be like a reverse psychology kind of thing because people are lying. And then sometimes it's something where they've been taught from small. This we are aggressive people. You have to approach us with aggression. Oh, we're quick to be physical, but yet you see half these white people running, jumping, twirl, twist, and turn. You don't hear how much. Let's pull it up. How much do articles or stuff do you hear that where you hear a black person shooting up a school? Let's get to it. Or a black person shooting up a church or a supermarket. You don't hear that. But what happens to the people who shooting up everybody? They
Oh,
get to
I
live.
had cut off.
Get donuts.
That's
They
it.
get to go to a trial. For
Get
us, we
donuts.
don't get
You
that.
you
We
know,
don't get
hold
that
on.
at
Go
This
ahead,
is
all.
this
Philly.
is good. This is
You
more
Before
wanted to
white
say
before
people
you
something.
killing
finish,
black
I
people.
want to say something about the pulling over of the cops. So, how I learned when you get pulled over is me and my friend we coming home from the some party we was working. So I got my vest on, he got his vest on, and we got badges, right? So we're not cops, so it's gonna look like we impersonate him. But my friend fell asleep behind the wheel, and when he got up, like he started, we both fell asleep. He ran the red light, like a slow roll actually. And cop pulled us over. I say, yo, turn the lights on, all in the car, roll all your windows down because the window was tinted. He did all that, and I said, just turn the car off. So I'm sitting there on my phone, and he did that. Cops came over. You know, you ran a red light. Yeah, gave him a ticket. Let us go. Another cop car came around the one what you call one way street. I was like, damn, all of them came over for
Out the one way.
a light, but in mindset, we're black, two black guys in
So
in a
black in a
tinted
car.
car. You know what I'm saying? And we vested up. They don't know what we got. And the funny thing about it, not funny, but I kind of got mad at my friend. He was riding dirty. He had his gun in the trunk. And I looked at him when we got off, and I'm like, yo, bro, you know you would have went down for that, right? They wouldn't have touched me because that shit ain't mine. You can't listen,
But
man. We could have went down for that.
Sometimes you don't
No,
even
we both would have, but
but
it's his gun, so he would have ended up probably getting convicted, not me.
but sometimes you don't even have to do something and you still get pulled over.
Right,
That's
but
true.
Still,
Yeah.
like
That's
so then
true.
even
Once
though
he
sometimes
you
looked
it's
scared,
just
is
suspicious,
you
like
gotta
oh, fit the description, they could pull you over. It was a robbery in the area with a
exactly.
right,
white vehicle. You got a
right.
But
white
why
Nah,
is
vehicle.
it
but
that a
nah,
lot of
Pull me
black people
over.
fit
I
hold
hear you
on, why is
fully.
it that a
Cause
lot
they
of black
fronting.
people fit the description though?
Yeah, the problem is that people don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? When you get pulled over, you don't know what to do. You think that you know what to do. You think, okay, put my hand on the wheels. Oh, let me reach for my, the thing.
Let me
But
tell
the way how police sometimes act, you don't know what you're getting. Cause I
that's
got pulled
true.
over, and I met the nicest cop that I ever dealt with. You know what I'm saying? But I did the
Yeah.
same thing. I put my yes officer. Oh, you're blah blah blah. Your lights out. That okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know. He gave me a ticket. He said, "Here, just go to court." But then I got another one. It's like, oh, how can you drive around knowing that you ain't got your light on working or whatever? And I'm like, bro, I don't even know. You telling me? You pulled me over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not driving and looking back at my car at the same time. And they get ignorant.
I'm
Some
not
people
sa-
just get
you're
ignorant.
right. And don't get it wrong. Like this whole conversation I'm hoping like all of us is not actually saying like all cops are bad.
Oh
No.
no, for sure.
Nah, nah, nah.
But
But some,
just some just tend to do extra. Like I was driving from New York to Florida with my daughter and her dad, and he was driving, and I was in the back seat holding her, and we got pulled over. So I'm like, what the hell we got pulled over for? We wasn't speeding. It's not like we was swerving all over the place. When we got pulled over, hold on, I gotta laugh because I ain't never heard some shit like this in my life. He said he looked in the car and said, "Oh, so it looked like his demeanor kind of went down because he saw me in the back seat with the baby. So he was like, "Oh, you have a baby." Yeah, because I got Florida plates and everything. So he was like, "Oh, do you know why I pulled you over?" I was
just
like, "No, what's wrong, officer?" So he was like, "We pulled you over because you was driving too close to the car in front of you."
his tailgate.
I
Come
said,
on,
"What?"
this nigga.
But
So
stuff like
I
that happens.
said, we was around. I think we was like around 21 or something. And I was just like, so he was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna give you a ticket, but I'm just gonna write you this thing. It's just a fair
Yeah,
warning." And I was just
as a
like,
warning.
I got one
"What?"
recently.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like,
Mm.
I ain't
What
never heard
state?
it.
What state
And
you
the
was in?
crazy thing, it wasn't. I think it was in North Carolina. And the
No,
crazy
hello.
thing was, it wasn't even our fault. The damn idiot in front of us didn't see the cop car parked up and decided he gonna slow down
Slow
while
down,
we
cause he probably was
behind.
speeding.
Exactly.
He don't want to get a
Hmm.
ticket. And
Exactly. While he gone, we get stopped because we were too close behind him. Like I've never heard of that. If that's something new, well, I was aware now. And then and that was not the first time. That's the second
Well,
time that happened to me. I had my
yeah,
plates run while I was
uh,
in North Carolina, and I'm like, why is this car behind me? It's a white car undercover. Like, why is this car behind me? Like, he better go around because I ain't going fast enough
Man,
for
you just a bad girl. Stay out of New York. You
this.
you listen. You
when
are a criminal, Simone. You a criminal.
when he came around, I looked. I saw the sheriff right across the side of the front of the car. So I was like, "Oh, you was running my plate. Did you find anything?" No, I ain't got no record. Okay, shit.
I wanted to ask you another
You
question.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Before I got cut off, you was talking about something fake it before you make it. What do you think about that congressman that faked and lied about everything and he became a congressman? What's his name again?
George
I
Soros,
forgot. What's his name?
George Soros, or something like that.
Something like
That
that.
Brazilian one, the one
Um,
from
that's what you gotta
that
do.
Like
one.
Now.
That
situations
one, I
like
don't
that,
even.
now
like
I'm
this
down
That
with
racist
one's
it.
like
shit.
a whole. That's a whole
Like I
podcast
feel
for that one.
But
exactly.
no. Actually, okay, to answer your question, I really don't like to go into politics because that's a whole thing of its
A
own.
whole
But if
No,
nother.
you really think about it, if you really sit down and process it, from the president to the politicians to the senates to the Congress people to all those people up there in DC and all those houses, those Negroes fake it till they make it.
Till
Ain't
they
none
make
of them
it, they all
true.
do. They all
Tell the
do.
truth.
Yeah, I
Hell
know, but
to it.
this
Let's be
guy's in a whole
real.
different level.
Listen,
That
just
man
Yeah,
talking about he
and
going
that's
to
just
a
anybody.
university and they got no proof.
Exactly.
no,
That's just anybody.
Listen,
If you really
listen.
think about it, if you want something so bad, you gonna do what you gotta do. How many people got that
Only
on
re-
exactly,
their resume? How many people on their resume
exactly.
got literally worked half the jobs on their resume?
Yeah, I know, but that
only
guy got a whole
only
different
reason
name.
why
So
he got caught. Only
And
reason why he got caught. He didn't pay off the right people. That's it. That's the only reason
uh,
why.
This is you know what? Yeah, because his money wasn't long like Donald Trump.
Yeah,
ooh,
yeah,
now
but
y'all preaching.
nah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that if you read up about all that stuff, that's not even his real name. According to his name is like some Anthony something or something like that.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
But that's a whole different thing.
Listen.
Nah, but
But
I say that because look how they going about.
Okay, so we just
Um,
lost Simone.
uh,
Chocolate Swirls is having technical difficulties. It says she's on, but I don't see her. I don't know if anybody else sees her.
I don't see
no,
her. It says she's on
okay,
because I see six.
Mhm.
yeah.
But to get back on topic, what are y'all thoughts on the whole gang up? Before y'all say why he got really pulled over and beat up, what's just y'all take on the whole jumping?
I feel like they they once again that group right there don't get no action because even they say he got pulled over, he started running away, right? So he didn't even stop to say, "Hey, officer, what's going on? What do you need?" He just ran.
Wait, wait,
So,
wait.
well, they showed the
Hold on,
video.
But
hold on,
that's
there,
hold
what I
on.
The video
read.
Wait, wait,
showing.
wait, wait, wait.
there's
But
a reason
I'm just
though.
about to say that. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
There's
What's
a
the
So
reason
reason?
why
I don't
he
know
it
the reason why
ran.
he ran.
listen, no.
No, no, it
It
happened
all
before that.
starting to make sense why he ran.
Mhm.
All right, so if you
Because
get
the
pulled
real
over,
reason he
uh,
got pulled over probably not was maybe he did do a traffic violation, but the main
I don't
reason
Reckless
even
wasn't a
think
driving.
traffic
so. I don't
violation.
even think so.
They said reckless driving. They said that way
Wait, hold.
he was swerving from the
So
incoming traffic and then back in. That's what they said.
Nah,
my
that's what
thing
they
I,
was
said.
that's what
Yeah,
they
That's what they
said.
said.
But
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 they said there's no proof of that. They checked all the cameras and all that. They got no
exactly,
okay.
proof of that.
exactly.
So he was running for a reason.
Yeah,
Everything is starting to make sense now.
he
He
was
booked
yeah
it
he
for
for a
his
knew for
life,
reason.
sure. He
for
know,
his
yeah,
life.
for his life.
Exactly.
He still lost.
Mhm.
So
No, but you know what? You got to remember that unit that pulled him over or that was dealing with him. They're called a Scorpion unit. They don't have markings
I
on
don't.
their cars and all that. They so
Oh no.
it's like you would think it's gang members that come and jump. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know who
Yeah,
jump. You know,
but even so, because you have a badge, that does not give you the right
yeah, for sure, for
to
sure.
Right,
just
but
do what you
hold on.
please.
Now it depends. Now it depends now because we all know the reason why he ran, or that is the reason. But if you come in with undercover clothes on and you ain't show your badge, I'm gonna run too.
That's what I'm
Like Thomas
saying.
But
said.
Like
no,
That's
they had badges on. They
No,
had
that's what the
uniform on.
camera showed you. They didn't show you. Did it show you when he started
yeah.
running?
It showed when he was running, but on the body cams, you can see some of the officers had uniform on.
But hold on, I read they tased him. He even got to run. So that's the reason.
they
Because you're not
tried
supposed
to,
to
yeah,
tase
they tried
someone.
to tase
I
him.
don't think he. Yeah, I
You
don't
try
think
to
They
he.
wait.
tried to, but they missed. But they then okay. So I watched the video and stuff like that, and there was a cop there that was dealing with him. I think it was a white cop first that were that was dealing with him, and he was
The
the
white
one that was
cop that
washing the guy's face, the black cop eye and whatever. And I don't know what happened because it was a group of them that pulled him over. So when after he runs, they went looking for this man. You know what I'm saying? They ran his plate and they
the cops
realized,
pull over one person.
yeah, but they're all pissed off because when they sprayed the mace got in their eyes. So here comes a rage. You know what I'm saying? The rage. They got, oh, we gotta get this guy for sure now. And he was scared for, I'll be scared for my life too because you see videos, you see what happened to this guy Ferguson. You know what I'm saying? The guy
Mm.
laid there and died. Literally, we all watched the man died. No, Floyd, my
Listen.
bad, George Floyd.
Floyd.
We watched that man die on camera. Like the man was there and he couldn't breathe. So of course he's gonna be scared. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What can you do?
But at the same time, with this new information that the police officer really had a motive for him, okay? Like he wanted him because of what was a baby mama drama? What?
I heard
Yes,
about that, but I gotta see that in court first.
baby
You know what I'm saying?
mama
I heard
drama.
about that one, but I gotta see that in the courts. Be-
Regardless of what the reason was, he still wasn't didn't deserve to
yeah,
get beat up like that. Like that's somebody's
But
child.
he
What
was
if it
already
was
mm,
handcuffed. He
But
was
what if it
already
was your
handcuffed and
kid?
they
What
beat
like
him.
that's what I want. That's what people need to ask. Ask most police. When you have a child, what if it was your daughter or what if it was your son? How would you feel that they got killed by another officer? The officer who's supposed to protect and serve. How would you feel?
no, it was a
How would y'all feel?
it
When you
was
could answer
heartbreaking to
that
watch that.
question and be okay with the answer you give, then come back. But till
Yeah,
then, no. Come on.
yeah, all
For
that,
real, or for a traffic violation or whatever the case is, and if it was a personal vendetta,
Ending up dead.
your
and
your job was
you know
that
what
worth
makes
it?
you know what makes me mad about that whole situation too? They try to justify their actions by saying that he was high, that he was on drugs, he was doing this. You know what I'm saying?
First,
If you watch the video, they was like, "Oh, he got to be on something. He got to be on drugs. He got to be on this."
that's
And
still. Let me tell you, do you know how much volt a taser can do? What a taser can do,
Hmm.
depending on the volt.
Yes, I'm
oh yeah, for
aware.
sure.
So regardless
Yes.
if he was high on something, once you taser him, he's going down.
But that's what
Hmm.
I'm saying. That's what makes me
Not
angry
all the
about the whole
time though.
situation.
Not all the time. That
Yeah, you'd be
taser that
surprised.
don't work all the
So
time.
if they're
I
not
seen a guy
charged or
get
whatever.
Okay,
tased.
and
I seen a
I've
guy get
seen
tased. He
video.
stood up and pulled the thing out and like so.
And I've seen some videos where they have people getting tased, and yes, they do stand up and take it off, and whatever the case may be, but they still don't die.
No, but still, it don't matter if he got tased or not. He got tased, he got maced, he got everything that they would have.
He
But
got
what,
everything. They did everything to
what
him.
they did above and beyond was beat the living shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? For almost
It
no,
had
like
to be a
literally no.
personal vendetta. It had
Being
to.
handcuffed after
No,
Like
but
it
that's what
being
I'm
had to
saying.
raped.
be. That's
That's
why
what
I
I'm
feel
saying.
like the new speculation. I feel it has some truth to it because
Yeah,
I'm trying to find. It's no logic in you and four other dudes beating this boy to a pulp. For what?
but
For a traffic violation or
but
because he ran?
we seen that happen a lot of times when it comes to black people and the cops getting beat up and they didn't have no vendetta. They just you resisting according to them. But um when I watched the video, they they, they was telling him to turn around, and they just kept kicking. As soon as they got to him, they kicked him in the head. You know what I'm saying? And if it was just him, that would have been one thing. But it was all of them that was beating
With
up on him
all of them.
because they were mad.
Exactly.
They were mad that they got sprayed in the face by their own mace.
They
That's
Even
sprayed
no
some
this.
when
excuse.
They on some.
There's no
No,
excuse for
no,
that.
that's not
There's
why you do
no.
something like that.
No, but that's what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying.
Wait,
It's a
hold on. What you
culture.
said? What you said, Mike?
when I was watching the video, even when some of them was talking, the cop was telling the other officer, I was giving him straight haymakers, man. Like talking like that.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
She was like, I
This is
was
the
giving him haymakers.
law
And I
enforcement that
felt
y'all hire. These
right.
No,
are the
but that's what
people
I'm
y'all
saying.
put
It's a
in
cultural
the
thing.
academy.
It's a cultural thing because they felt good that they beat up this kid and they got
Amen.
arrested. And he's over there laying next to the car,
This is
slumping
not a
over.
gang. It's not a gang. You are wearing something that you took a oath to protect and serve.
Yeah,
This
we
is
Who
not
say
do
a
that.
you living
gang.
under a rock? The police department in any state is the biggest gang in New York. I
The
mean, in
biggest gang
America.
ever.
That's
That's
Yeah,
true.
true.
no, you got to remember our logic would never compare to their logic. Their
I
logic is
just
out of this world, and that's what I'm saying. It's a cultural thing because, like I said, the police were literally created to catch black slaves, and what they used to do with black slaves, they beat the shit
Beat
out
the
of them.
shit out of
Beat the
them.
shit out of them,
You
hang
know, so
them, burn
it's a
them
cultural thing, and it's an unfortunate
up.
thing.
Use
You
them
know,
as
It's
your play
sad though. It's
toy.
sad.
it's sad. It's really
You
sad
you
because I
Rape.
you
watched.
put your you pay your tax dollar bills to keep these people you know, to be there to help protect you, and they're the ones who help killing you.
The
Yeah,
one
and
help
that's the
killing
Yeah.
you.
problem. The thing is, the police protect themselves. That's why they have
Uh,
the
That's
immunity,
you
true.
can say
the
that again.
immunity thing. They have the
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
unit.
whoa, wait, wait,
The
hold. Let's get into
But
that
ever
part.
since George
Hold on,
Floyd,
that's not true
I feel like ever since
because
George Floyd, that's been a no though.
the officers who are walking the street with the Breonna Taylor situation, how come they didn't get served? They didn't
She was
get
in her
because let me
yeah.
tell
house.
you about that.
Let me hear that though.
Let
Let me
me
hear what
let
you
me
gotta say.
explain that situation.
I
Mhm.
like how you
The
I like how you took my question, but go ahead. I'm listening to you, Thomas. Yeah.
that the attorney general who's in charge of prosecuting cases decided that he didn't want to prosecute. And you know who was the one police officer that got prosecuted? You know the reason why he got prosecuted? Because he shot into a white man's house. That's the
Boom.
only thing he got prosecuted for. They killed
Wow.
this lady. In fact, they not too long ago they went to arrest
Unarmed,
her
was
unarmed.
sleeping.
But the only person that got charged was the guy who shot into a white people's house. So just
Do you
is
not see the like
yeah the the fuckery basically. You know,
the
it's
Exactly.
injustice?
yeah, but that unfortunately that's America. To
That's just
it's America to us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's true.
and the
It's
thing
true.
is, what got me mad? I'm like with the whole George Floyd thing. I live in Miami, right? There's a lot of
Hmm.
Cubans that live here in Miami, and most of these Cubans, Miami is the most racist city that I ever been to.
Really?
Like for real,
Okay.
I don't care what nobody says. I have
Then
dealt with
you
racist.
haven't been to Texas then.
I've been to Texas,
I
but
ain't never been to
they
Texas.
What
the Texas
Nah, the
at least
Spanish
they
hate the
pretend
Spanish. Like
they at least
Well,
they
it all
pretend.
Mexicans.
depends on where in Texas, because not really all Texas
But let me
has.
no, I'm telling you when I mean like Miami is the most. Me personally, I've dealt with racial profiling and racism from the Cubans here in Miami. It's incredible. It and the thing is, they will laugh and ha 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 in your face. And trust me, if you ever come to Miami, you go to any place, and I mean the real Miami. I ain't talking about Miami Beach. People need you understand that Miami Beach is not my
Local Miami,
the real Miami. Miami
not
Beach is
tourists.
not Miami. That
Local
Miami Beach is
Miami.
my the real Miami. And when I spoke about George Floyd, the first thing they brought up was like, "Oh, he was a criminal. Oh, he was this. Oh, he was that. Oh, he was this."
Cause they
And I'm
want to
like,
justify the killing. That's why.
"As I'm saying," and I told him, I straight up told him, I said, "Okay, whatever. He did all that. You tell me if that was me on the floor right there, getting my neck squeezed, dying,
The
you're
real
gonna
man.
go and say, oh, but he printed too many times on the machine, or he stole a pen from work. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to justify my death now? Think about it. Like I told him, shut up. I was like, yo, think about it. You talking all this mess about George Floyd that you heard, you know, about or whatever. You don't even know. You heard it because your network likes to push whatever that nonsense is, you know. But what if it was me? And then I had this one guy. He's like, the Peruvian guy. Well, if it was me, I would have told the cops to get off him and this and that. And I was like, okay, I
They would lock
appreciate
him
that.
up.
I
They would lock him up
appreciate
too.
exactly what you did. But you know why you can say that? Because you have the skin color to that will allow you to do that. If I
Mhm.
do that, those motherfuckers would attack me and probably do the same to me.
Mhm.
You have the
Mhm.
opportunity because of the complexion of your skin to do that. And I appreciate the fact that you will want to help. But I don't have that luxury.
They don't.
And you know, they fail to see that. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's the same thing with this guy. What makes me mad about what happened to Tyre is that these cops got fired with like that.
Yeah,
Quickness.
and that
But
goes into the difference
What
and
about
look
the
at
between.
what
white
happened
boy?
with George Floyd officers.
That's
You
what
know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
gonna say. That's why I say the difference. What black police officers have to understand. At the end of the day, you may wear the badge, but you will still be treated as a black person.
That's
As a nigga,
And
not a black
Look at
person. You're
George.
gonna be treated as a
and
nigga.
and
Michael Jackson. This guy's
exactly
locked.
with white
Set the
police
tone for every
officers.
other situation. You don't think?
I
With
think
white
this
police
would
officers, they will get more.
a
They will
turning
get
point.
off before a black police officer.
And they fired more people after that. It's not just the police officers. They got three other black people they just fired. The firefighters. That they,
What
What's
about
the?
that? What
It's
about that
another
white
one.
girl? Hold on. What about that white girl that walked into somebody's apartment thinking it was hers and shot the black man?
Oh
they
shit!
t-
I ain't hear about.
they try to
I
justify
didn't
I
hear
that
don't.
about
one.
that.
I
Did
ain't
she
hear
get
about that.
time? I
She
don't.
not she got it. She got guilty.
Yeah,
She
I
got
think I
guilty.
did hear
Yeah,
about it. She
but
did
it
get
took
But you know,
guilty.
forever.
I was mad at the guy's family though. Want to give her hugs and forgiveness. I would have slapped that man.
is
I ain't
is
forgiving you, ho. What's wrong with you?
they trying to take the higher ground?
Shit,
But that whole
man.
situation, and people like, oh, the black officers shouldn't have done that. I'm like, you know what? Like I said before, the black police officers are worse than the white ones because they feel justified to do such things. You know what I'm saying? We know how you black people is because we black. You know what I'm saying? So we could beat the shit out of you. And if you listen to the way how they were talking, you would have swore it was gang members because, you know,
You would have. Yeah.
I'm
E-
gonna
Yeah.
Exactly. It goes
You would
back
have.
to
get on the
because
ground, nigga,
you.
like,
Yeah, it
bro,
goes
like what?
back to because you feel you have a badge, you could do whatever the hell you want to do.
When you see a cop now, it's run, bitch, run.
And it's sad, you sit down, you comply, you get shot. You run away, you get shot. So it's like,
Damn if you do, damn if you
People
don't, man.
sad.
That's
Listen, it all got exactly. It
Sometimes.
all has to do with the color of your skin, and so that's why it's just like as for the one for Mike and Philly and Shirley, with you guys who have male black kids. I mean, what are y'all thoughts on, for your kids' future? Because it looks like we heading
well,
right back to
my son, my
1960s,
my my
1800s,
my,
and shit,
my son light skinned, so he a house nigga. So I don't think.
where I'm dead, where
It's stupid.
it's gonna be harder for your kids to just be able to step out their house and just go to the corner store and not think that, oh, they'll get you know tied up with something or considered you fit the description of somebody we're looking for or whatever the case may be. Like what, Mike, let me
Is
hear from you because you didn't say anything yet. You have two, yeah, you have two sons.
Uh,
So how do you feel like with that
I
situation
mean,
as your sons get older?
my son is 13 right now. My big son is
Mhm.
13, and
mm,
he already when he was around 11, he's tall. My son is about like right now, he's about like 5'8", as 13 years old, but he was around like 5'6", 5'7" at the time when it happened. I sent him to the corner store one time, and the police officer stopped him and asked to work. I'm like, officer was like, so my son was like, today is a holiday, we have no school today. So they searched my son thinking he was a grown ass man, and my son was only 11 at the time. And when my son
God
came
damn.
back in the house, and
Wow.
right, and when he came back and told me, and then the officer even came because he had no ID because
He's
my
11
son don't
years
have
old.
he don't he's 11 years old. I don't have a state ID for him yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So like and when I came outside, I looked at like when I came outside, I was pissed. They ain't want to mess with me. So I'm like, yo, he's 11 years old. What the fuck you asking if where he don't work, where he work, he don't work nowhere because he at the corner store. You went to pick up some stuff for me, and and they stopped him, talking about why you not at work, why you roaming the streets not
Wow.
at work. And he told the officer, today's a holiday, I don't have school today. And and my son has a baby.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
but
cultural
you
thing.
crazy.
but you know what has to change then? Then we have to start getting ID, allowing us to have IDs for these young kids.
Oh,
I
come
mean,
on.
So
So
like,
look,
everything we
I
have
just
to
had to tell him,
keep
like, listen,
giving into them,
you
giving
know what
into
I'm
them,
saying?
giving into them. Like
Do it.
it's
Stand
standing
up
up and
no
fighting.
fighting,
for
but
us.
standing up and
It's not
fighting is
about
not getting us
standing up and
nowhere either.
fighting. It's
Stand
not
up and
about
fighting. No,
standing up and fighting. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, there are amendments put in place. There are r- rules and regulations put in place. I understand nobody respects it anymore, but damn, like, can I just go to the store? Like
Nope.
Well,
You cannot. That's but they blatantly saying.
why just because I'm black, I'm already getting victimized.
yeah, and
It's
that's
crazy.
unfortunate. But like, I don't have a son, but I could tell you like an experience when I was a kid that would maybe I'm hoping I can help my kids. When I grew up in Bedside, like I said,
Mhm.
I grew up in Bedside in the '90s. I've never seen
Mm.
a white person in Bed-Stuy like the whole time I grew up there. You know what I'm saying? It's just that was that part of the neighborhood. So we were selling. You remember those chocolate things they used to make you sell for $1? They still $1
Yeah.
now. For the
I think.
schools, the
It went up
school
to a
Mm.
dollar.
you
The
know
the
that little
almond.
chocolate bars or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to
Hmm.
sell it. I was like, it's a white guy with a briefcase. He must have money. So I ran up to this guy, and that man clutched his briefcase and he ran. And I
Oh.
was so confused. I'm like, what happened? Did I scare? And I was young and I didn't realize because I didn't understand racism. I didn't know what racism was. I grew up with a bunch of black people. But it really hit me one day when my mom, she's from Trinidad, but she's mixed with Chinese and Venezuelan. So so she looks Spanish, but she has yellow skin like an Asian. So
Mm.
one day I'm playing with these kids or trying to play with these kids, and they told me, "Oh, you can't play with us." I'm like, "What do you mean?" "Oh, your mom's white." And we were probably like 6 years old, 6, 7 years old. So it's I guess the way how we're brought up, or some people are brought up, that we already judging others for whatever reason. You
That's what
know,
it is.
yeah,
It's the way what they are taught at home. So it's a
yeah,
Hmm.
generational thing. And when I say it's a generation, it's a generational thing because it's from their parents, 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 parents. They are taught that black people of color are like monsters.
Or dogs or whatever.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
And
you
then
can't be
it makes
Relation.
it
born.
harder. Like my daughter, because me and her dad are both fair skinned, she's lighter than me. She can pass for a biracial child. And I'm just like, I don't have a son, I have a daughter.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, as she get older, I don't know what this world's gonna be. She's only 1.5, so she got a lot of years to go. But you know, and that's my only concern is like, what is this world gonna be when it's time for her to go out on her own? Is it gonna be safe?
Don't worry. In 50 years, everybody's gonna look like Nick Cannon. So.
At the rate he's going, yeah.
No, but it's true because it's a weird dynamic to live in because I realize what if you really pay attention, being a black person, no matter where you're from, no matter where you go in the world, you'll deal with racism. That you're the only race that deals with racism everywhere you go in the world. Even in Africa,
Right, right.
you have to deal with racism.
Well, look at
And
this.
it's incredible. And I feel like as a race or as a people, the amount of things the adversities we got to go through, and we still trying to do our best as human beings. It's just a incredible value that we have. You know what I'm saying? Like we can go anywhere in the world and survive and provide and
That's true.
succeed,
That's
but
true.
that the amount of adversities we get from everywhere, like you can't go to China black and not expect racism. You can't go to Europe black and not deal with racism. But a Chinese could go places and don't have to deal with as much, maybe a little bit, but not as much as
Right.
what we have to do. And this is very sad because the world would not be turning right now without black people. Straight up, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? There's a lot of
Mhm.
inventions that were created by black people
It was,
Yeah.
but
because
you
of
would never
all
hear
these
about it.
being shut down by the world.
You would never hear about it. To add on to that, before we continue, Shirley, actually, as a mom of a son, what's your take? She heard me. Shirley, she did.
Hold
I
on a
only
minute.
see I only see 5 on my screen.
Shirley.
I see 6.
Shirley, are you there?
Okay. We'll come back.
Okay.
Maybe if
To
you're away
piggyback on
from it.
what Thomas
I don't
said, though,
know.
hold on. To piggyback on what Thomas said, look at the black people in Ukraine.
Because, like you said, with me
Oh,
being
you're
a
back.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
hold on.
back.
She's here. She's here. You said what? Did she? Oof, Jesus. Okay.
And she's gone again. Well,
So,
but to
okay,
piggyback
but
over Thomas,
wait.
though.
Before we think, okay, we're talking about it will always be race or whatever. What we don't, and this is something that I think it starts with us. What we need to do more is not only shift it to, oh, we're always being racial profile, but at the same time we're doing it to ourselves. We're doing it to each
True.
other.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that's
Like,
true.
come
What are we
on, the
doing?
crime rate for black on black crime is just almost as high as what it is for
Okay.
white and black
Okay.
crime.
I'm glad you
Like,
bring that up.
come
Hold
on.
I'm,
on,
I'm
hold
If
glad
on,
you
hold
bring
we
that
are
up
on.
if we
because
don't hold on, if we don't respect each other, how do we expect for others to treat us? If we don't even treat each other with
no,
some kind of respect.
that
But
is
but
it is
but
true what you're saying. But what people don't understand, if you have a bunch of black people living in the area, you're gonna have black on black crime. If you have a bunch of white people,
Why?
all because it's
thank you.
you're all in you're all in a location. You're gonna have black. It's not like you're leaving a black neighborhood to go into a
That
white neighborhood
that
to
I
do.
agree.
You know,
I
that's
beg
what people get confused about because they
I
say, oh,
beg
this.
to differ.
No, I mean I
Have
understand
you
what
lived
you're
in the hood,
saying.
Simone? Have you lived in the hood?
Yes, I
Have
have.
you ever lived in what hood?
Flatbush.
Before I left, I'm not giving out my old addresses. First of all,
Some,
you got me mixed up
no,
with
just
that
give
one.
me a street. What
But
hood? What hood?
I know where
Street.
she lived at in the hood because she lived in the hood with me at one point. So,
like I literally sat in front. I left on the first floor. I literally sat, leaned up on my wall, on my bed, watched outside some fires getting blown up right in front of my window. What are you telling me?
actually,
Right.
one of
But
the
what
supposedly one of
Thomas
the big
saying?
homies,
We not gonna
supposedly
talk about that.
supposedly your next door
No, no, no,
neighbor.
no, 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 no,
We
no.
not
We
gonna
gonna
we
talk
not gonna
about that.
talk
No, no, no,
about
no,
we
no,
not
no,
gonna
no,
talk
no, no, no,
about
no.
that.
No, we gonna
All
talk
I'm
about it.
saying is no, we not.
We gonna talk
No,
about
we're
it. It's
not.
controversial. I
So
like it. That's my middle name.
so
What you
you
talking about?
talking about it have nothing to do. Yes,
Yes,
understandable.
it does.
Frustration because they try to migrate us into a box. Understandable. But yeah, we have to start taking accountability for ourselves.
No, we
We
do.
have the opportunity it's more of a harder road for us because it a lot of stuff is not offered, or even if we had the credentials still want to be given to us because of the color of our skin. Yes, understandable, but sometimes you got to fight that. A lot of us
Right.
don't want to do that fight, but quick to fight other people. We fight each other.
Yeah,
So
no.
I
I
don't like
believe.
the saying. I don't like the saying that says, "Oh, I was raised up in this, and I was raised up in a project where I da 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 da." Look how many people got out.
I'm
It is
in
on
Miami.
you to
I'm in
decide
Miami in a house.
what
I
your
got a four
future is
bedroom,
gonna hold.
two bath house.
Everybody
That's
is
what's
quick
up.
to blame everybody else except for the
You know what I'm
person in
saying?
the mirror.
No, but the thing
Like,
is,
It is
not
the
everybody
person's
has
and
the
mindset too.
opportunity.
Like, I mean, no,
thank you,
everybody got that, but no, I disagree with that. Everybody got the opportunity because, like,
thank
I
you,
just feel like it's the ignorance that people grew up with. So it's like
thank you.
you kind of block your own blessings. You know what
Yup.
I'm saying? So it's like for example, I got when I was in high school, they got this dude. Like, I swear he belonged in the NBA. Well, he nice, but guess what? He grew up in the hood, so it's like he trying to feed his daughter, he trying to feed his moms, he hustling, selling weed. You know what I'm saying? So, but if he was to take his time and put into school a little bit and just get a degree, I feel like basketball could be his way out. But he's so caught up in the work, caught up in the hood, trying to sell weed, trying to make a quick dollar to eat. He's like, I don't know, blocking his own blessings.
But that goes on how many opportunities do we get compared to our counterparts?
True too, yeah.
How
Yeah,
many opportunities? Because I
it's
know opportunities come, but not so much for us. in a way.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
true. That's why I said,
it's what you're offered and what you're dealing with. Because the
but
thing is,
at,
if you're like, okay, I grew up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I moved out of Brooklyn is
Mhm.
because my uncle in Florida is like, hey, come down here, and we moved. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, that we decided, okay, we're gonna leave Brooklyn because we don't want this life no more. It's like, no, we got offered to come over and we decided that we wanted to stay. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Not everybody has somebody in Florida to say, hey, come over, and you know what I'm saying? So I would have been probably still be in Brooklyn. I won't say that I'll still be in the hood, but you know, not everybody, when I meant not everybody has an opportunity, I mean like they don't have the circumstances to be able to reach certain places. Because I have a cousin that I grew up with. We grew up in the same house the whole time I lived there, and he's still in the hood and he's still doing this because that's the life that he knows. He don't know, no, he doesn't understand that anything outside. Same thing here in
Life you
Miami.
chose.
There are people here in Miami that don't know nothing about anything about the outside world because they
but that's
just
the
don't move.
choice. That's the
Yeah,
choice
it's a
they
choice for
chose.
sure. I don't get me wrong. I
But
ain't
But
but
mad at the
but but
choice,
but,
what
but
I'm saying,
but all the time is not choice. Some people are scared to change.
that's
If he comes
true.
out of a
That's
habitat
true.
that he don't know, he's
Yeah,
scared. He
and
might not
I
want,
agree with you on that. I would agree
yeah,
with you,
I
but
didn't
right.
come here by choice.
I would not say it's the I would not say it's the surroundings or the community, because if you really want to take it there, okay, boom. Look at the Jews. They created their own community.
Oh
Look
yeah,
at
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
But you don't hear this Jew and this Jew killing each other,
Porque ese
people, and they
canción.
went through similar things with us. Ours is just a longer stretch than
Nah,
that.
they trust me, they screw
Me
each
too.
other just as much. You just don't
Yeah,
hear
but you
about it
don't
because it
hear
stay
them
inside.
killing each
No,
other.
okay, yeah, because they kill each other
Yeah, they
by
have
with
incest,
financials.
but when it comes to life, you don't hear them killing each other off. So I don't believe in that whole community we all in a, but no, you chose to do that.
Yeah, but
If we this is why police and everybody will get over, always get over on us, is because if we were like the Jews, similar, and come and joined as a unit, just like how they did in in the past. You don't understand. Black people have the power. The
for
problem is
sure.
a lot of us are
We do
not in
have the
tune
power.
with the power we have. And that's what makes them fear, because they know if we join together, and instead of thinking about um bombing and breaking stuff and doing all of this, and really come as a one, as a unit, you the things that we could get accomplished will be way more.
No, no,
But
for sure. I
be,
I, I believe everything
but
you say
because
a
we're
hundred
so
percent.
ignorant minded, and everybody's so into, oh, I want this, or I want this power, or I want this person to respect me, or this, that, or whatever the case may be, we will never get there, and they will continue doing what they're doing to us.
No, for sure. I believe everything you say 100%. The only thing I would say that has to change is being able to provide what would be a good way to put it? Um to show everyone that this life doesn't have to be your life. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
biggest problem that we have.
But yeah,
When I
yeah.
grew up, I went to a Catholic school. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot
Mhm.
of trips and stuff like that that we used to take us out of the hood and like, okay, this is the outside world. Look at this, to show people the world. And I think that's the biggest problem that we have as a society, is that we don't have enough opportunity to show outside of your comfort zone. you
Mhm.
know because once you do that, and those people make that choice to stay there, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? But it's a difficult situation that we all have,
Mhm.
because none of us, well, most of us don't have like family inheritance to come in, you know what I'm saying,
That's
or
Mhm.
majority
whatever.
of us.
you know yeah, so it's not like other people, you know and that but thing is, we can't complain if we can't complain if we're not trying to do the same, you know what I'm saying. We can
Mhm.
we can create some kind of inheritance for our future, But for some reason it's hard to do it. It's difficult to do it. We might not have the best tools to do it, but if we try, at least something we can. And look at what happened to Tulsa. That was Black Wall Street. They got destroyed by a bunch
Mhm.
of white folks. Y'all heard about that, right?
Mm-mm.
The Tulsa incident
So no.
in Arizona, about all the black people. They were rich. They had a perfect society and this and that. They were like what we see as white people, and white people came and it killed them. It was like 100 or something. They killed them. They burned the whole town down and everything. If you look it up,
Phew.
I didn't believe it at first, but then when I researched it, I'm like, wow, Tulsa, Arizona. Um, it's a sad historic moment that there was a group of black people that created their own town, whatever, their own city. They had their own
Oh
banks. They
wait,
had
I
everything.
just read that article while we was on. I just, yeah, as you saying Tulsa. I just read that. Yeah, they burned
Yeah,
down the
and
whole
the white
town.
people came and destroyed them. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
it's not like you said, we don't. It's not like we can't do it. We just have to figure out a way how to do it without the help um
W- We
of
just
other
have
people.
to, yeah, we just have to, instead of hating on each other, and instead of, you know what, because you have this, I'm gonna just take it, instead of trying to find a way to earn it, or get there. Like, I didn't grow up with none of all this stuff. Listen, I decided to move out of New York. I was tired of it, and you know um I miss it. Sometimes there are certain things that I grew up on that other places will never have, but like, I just feel I needed a change. And you know, I didn't grow up with no inheritance or wealth or any of this
Yeah,
stuff.
I
I had
mean,
to
me
work as
neither.
hard as thing, and get what I need to get. My daughter, since I had my daughter, I decided I'm gonna do it different. I'm not gonna have a generational trait.
Yeah, and
So
and
she will be well off
that's why
by the time
I
she
told
turned
my sisters
18.
I have three sisters. When the first one of my sisters had a child, I said, listen, straight up. I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens between you and your husband. I really don't care. But you see my niece, I'm not gonna allow you to do whatever you want with them because w- hear me now. They have to have a better life than what we have. That's the
Mhm.
whole goal
Mhm.
that I need you to have. They must have a better. I don't even care if it's just a little bit better. It's just at least better. And I want you to tell them that when they have kids, that their life needs to be a little bit better than what they had. Because it
Mhm.
was like 11 of us in a two-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn. Best Style, you know what I'm saying? You were like crammed in it like sardines, you know. And we used to sleep on double deckers and this and that on the couch. We had people sleeping on the floor and whatnot. But we were all comfortable because we all worked together, to help, live, everybody
Mhm.
Hmm.
worked together, and I
Yeah.
told them straight up, I was like, listen, I don't want my nieces to be sleeping in like a house with 12 people. Yeah, they might be comfortable, but it's not better than what we've been through,
That's
you
true.
know.
I said it doesn't matter how you start, it just matters how you finish.
Exactly, you know.
Mhm.
And they've been doing pretty good, so I can't complain about their situation, you know.
Oh, so it's not how you start, it's how you finish. That's the reason why we have kids now. See.
But it's true, and I think that once everybody have that type of mentality to like raise your kids to have a better life than what you had, we'll slowly get back,
Instead
back
of you, yeah,
to the greatness that we all
instead of
we
using
know.
your child as a
Yeah,
pawn.
yeah, as that we deserve because,
Mhm.
like I said, There's a reason why they're intimidated with black people, because we can do anything we decide we want to do. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? There's a reason why there's a bunch of black people in
Exactly.
NBA dunking balls here, and that is a reason
Yeah,
why we have
yeah, yeah.
two black people, two black quarterbacks in the in the Super Bowl. You know, at a white dominated sport. It's you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, I gotta say.
Well, hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me throw a
But
curveball.
oh, go ahead.
Patrick Mahomes' mother is white.
You said
So we
what?
have a mixed quarterback and a fully black quarterback. Just saying.
Yeah, close enough.
Like,
I mean, they all
n-
black in the in the
Mike,
police eyes.
I'm gonna put you on a spot for a second. Like, I commemorate you because you started your own business, and
Oh,
now
It's
that
still small.
you
It's still small.
but it's still
Something.
started. You
Yeah.
still
yes,
you have clientels. It's still a growing business. By the time your son get of that age, you can pass that down to him.
I
yes,
can.
You know what I mean? So it's just about building your empire, especially when you have family and kids and you trying to, you know, like when you come up, you want everybody to come up with you.
Mhm.
Not all of us think like that. All of us is like, a lot of us is more for ourselves. And oh well, I'm coming up. Well, you gotta catch up because I don't know what
Mhm.
you're gonna do. But if they're showing that they're willing to, try to get to where you are, or at least find a way to start, why not help? And that's the problem.
Mhm.
We don't want to help each other. We always quick to beat each other down and turn each other down. We a
Yeah.
lot. If you really think
That
about
is
it,
true.
m- the most um race that does not support each other is us.
It's us.
We do not. So,
Uh,
and don't get me wrong, a lot of black owned businesses, yes, they can be a little pricey, but then you got to think about it.
mhm.
You quick to buy some Italian and European persons Versace and Donatello
Balenciaga or some
and
stupid shit.
Vinciago and all of this
But
stuff.
let your man's come out with
So
some Nikes. Ask if he buying them.
exactly,
Yeah.
just because.
You know
That's
what's
the
so
problem.
crazy?
We do
it's
not
it's a
support each other
yeah.
at
It's
no point in time, and that's where we are at fault. I promise you. I promise you. If we can, just how people can come quick to do a protest and do all of this, how about you continue that after the protest? Continue it. Help each
Mhm.
other out. You might make connections. Oh, you have a business? Oh, what's your business about? I'm gonna support your business. Oh, you're trying to do this? Oh, let me help you because I have the knowledge and understanding now. I've been there. Let me give you this. If you like, for example, you see so many people see us get beat up,
Mhm.
stopped. Why not stop to make sure that this person live to see another day? Why drive by and just be nosy to see what's going on, but keep it pushing?
Mhm.
We don't do that. We don't stop. Let me tell you something. And I keep going back to the Jew community because when I was up there, I was baffled. Like I was waiting at the bus stop, and I'm just like, this one car stopped by, but then it was like, oh, they can't fit him, and then another car stopped, and I'm like, wait, what the hell is going on? It was random people picking up a man from the bus stop to give him
Oh
a ride.
wow, that's crazy.
I was like, we definitely can't do that. We too quick to think we're gonna get mugged, beaten, or get
but
our
but
car
it's
stolen.
so it's
It's just
it's funny you say that because
And I want to
well,
share a
first
story after. You know.
the whole thing about buying people stuff, black us, our problem is we follow a trend. If a rapper
Yes.
don't have it on or a celebrity don't have it
We don't
on,
have
we
it
ain't
on.
gonna
We
get it.
not buying. That's
I've
and
yeah.
crazy.
never bought a pair
that's
of
that
Jordans in
fault.
my life.
And then
Never
that's why
bought a pair of Jordans.
exactly, and that's why you people we get stuck where we at because we so busy trying to be the next though them who already got out and made something and made the Jordan so that we could spend our hard-earned money to buy it. So
Yeah,
why
but
not invest in
You
yourself
making
and
him
make your
rich.
the
own sneakers?
You
those
making
the
Jordan rich.
most of the you gotta remember those guys are being advised by white folks. So
True, but the way they started is not
yeah,
the
I know.
way they got how they got there.
Yeah, but here's a joke.
So
Here's a joke.
a lot of them came from the hood, came from some of the best style, some of the projects that we live in now.
Yeah, here's a joke about exactly what you were talking about. I used to do rims back in the days, get the custom rims or whatever. And one of my friends who got good money, they made good money, black, oh, I need some tires for my car. All right, cool. You got an SUV, da da da. It's gonna cost you $400. What do you mean $400? I'm like, that's how much the tires cost. It's the best price I get, and they're really good, da da da. Nah, I ain't paying that. I ain't paying that. Come like a few days later, come in with brand new tires. Turns out she paid $700 for those tires. Why? Because I couldn't go cheaper than $400. And that's the mentality that because a lot of black folks think that because you're black
Because
or you're a friend,
yeah. Mhm.
you got to get a
Mhm.
super hookup as in
Mhm.
almost free. And that
Yeah.
made me so mad because I wasn't making no money off the tires. I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
going low. I'm going to the
Yeah.
lowest I can. And you
Yeah.
just went to some random shop with a bunch of Cubans in there, and they just bust out with
Mhm.
$700 tires. They made their money, and it was the
Yeah.
same tires.
Yeah,
So
you're right. It has a lot to do with the mentality of of us, and you know a lot of us try to sometimes to get over.
we're all in survival. A lot of
Yeah.
people are more in survival mode than
Hmm.
than anything else.
Share a story real
Wait, we can't hear you. What you
Say that
say?
again, Mike.
so no, so I wanted to share a story on my phone back and forth, cutting off, coming back, cutting off, coming back. You guys can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
pretty
you
much
good.
Yeah.
Damn, you're going back out again.
do extermination services. Right? So my home hello? You can hear me now?
Like we
Yep.
can hear you, and then
Hello, hello, hello,
you
hello.
chop up. We hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm in Georgia and
Oh, he
I'm
All
not
can't
on
right.
no
hear us
Wi
now.
I'm not on no Wi-Fi. Um maybe I should take this shit off. Use straight service. You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Free up, free up.
Alright,
Yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I'm an exterminator, so I'll do exterminating services. So my homegirl, she has like a little boutique store. She sell clothes and stuff. So it was one Valentine Day and I had support and that
Oh.
and it's kind of little item. Then I bought like a pen myself or whatever. So while we talking there, she's like, yeah, I just opened up, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. We having a conversation. No, I just left my car, so listen, I'm gonna see any road trip. Just give yeah. Just gonna put some stickies. I'm like, I mean, I could charge $100 for that. So she was like, damn, so much. Look how I supported your business by buying some items. You could support my purchase.
Hmm.
And like, we really stopped talking because she tried
Yeah.
to do.
Hello. Yeah.
So this is some more thing. A lot of people do.
Mhm. As you said at sidebar, I would have to hit you up
I mean, like the club, we
after
not even the
this.
cable guy. Like people,
Uh,
the exterminator because
Listen, Mike. After this, I gotta hit you
exterminator.
up. Yeah, Mike, can you hear
Essential
me?
call exterminator. A lot of restaurants need to call the exterminator because that's the law. You get me?
Mike,
So that's that.
Mike, I have to hit you up after this because I do actually might have a job for you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You
Oh, you
can't hear
breaking
me?
up now.
The man about to lose the job opportunity for his life.
Mike, you can hear me? Shit, Mike.
Nah, he frozen.
You're gonna have to go in and come back out.
And that's why
But
we have kids now. Gotta go in and come back out. Mm-mm.
Oh
you just,
shit! Wait. Why my computer stopped the recording?
I don't know, but I was still recording.
That happened earlier to me. It said I have to reconnect. It had cut me off and I reconnected. I don't know. So whatever time it says in the
It
corner for
says
y'all, mine's just telling me 10 minutes. So
But but yeah, guys. So
it shows that you're still recording.
we
Someone.
touched a lot. Um, we know what society we live in now. I mean, we've been new, and
fucked up society. Fight the
it's
power.
just, I just, I just feel like it's not gonna get any better unless we decide to change in our
I agree.
community. Like we can't even go to the next. Like it used to be where you could go to the next door neighbor. They look out for your kids look out for their kids. All of this stuff. We can't even do that. We too scared that that kid gonna rob our
And
kids.
it's funny because when growing up in Brooklyn, I could go to my next door neighbor for anything. She's a
So
washer and stuff.
that's true. Like where
It,
I
it. I feel like we kind of went backwards a little bit in that
we
sense.
did. Where I grew up, my building, literally from the fourth to the first floor, my building was predominantly black. Only one Hispanic, but it was predominantly black. And literally, we knew everybody from the first to the fourth floor. Literally.
Yeah, even the whole
Nice.
block we
Now,
used to know.
I mean, yeah, of course. But
We had a block
now
party.
they got Chinese, different culture, whites, all this other stuff. And I mean, the landlord wife got the building, whatever, through their divorce, whatever the case may be. But you just see, and you know what? You can't even blame them sometimes because we we tend to try to get over on everything we can get over on. Sometimes we really
Yeah.
don't like try to support each other at all.
But let me quick story, real quick. And when I grew up in Brooklyn, I grew up in Brooklyn. This building my uncle used to own. He used to own the building. When he sold the building, he signed the contract with the new owner that my family was allowed to live there for 100 years for $100 a month. Right,
Mhm.
my family, like anybody in his family, 100 years, $100 a month.
Yeah.
So we had a new landlord, and we had old, the same tenants have been there since I was growing up.
Hmm.
So what he started doing, he started taking off the heat during
So
winter.
he slowly try to start kicking y'all out.
He slowly started, and not even kicking us out. Some people died with pneumonia.
Wow, that's
Um,
crazy.
it was bad, and when they left, Pakistanis would come in, and they were paying top dollar for those apartments. I think they were paying at that time like 1,200 a month or something. We were still paying 100, and he kept going and going until we were out, and then he packed that whole building full of like all these Pakistani people. But it just goes to show you that what we have to deal with, as black people, because everybody was black in that building. Everybody
Mhm.
was black in that building, and the old lady downstairs died because of the cold. My next door neighbor that raised us, she died from pneumonia. And it's stuff like that that it's heartbreaking as a society that we have to deal with just because they want more money.
Mhm.
So it's a life that we see all the time, but we just don't know how to get out of.
We know,
So we got
we
Shirley
know.
We
on.
know where we have to go, we just don't know how to go about it. That's the thing.
Right.
Shirley, you can hear us? Okay,
Yo.
so we wanted to get your perspective. Okay, we wanted to get your perspective on the situation with Tyree Nichols as a mother with a black son.
and I make my own subliminal joke. Constant fear. As a mom, we go to a store, it just be the slightest little thing. Then just, the looks you get when you have a little kid in a store. Feel like, oh, you can't keep your kid under control. It's worse when you're but a black kid is just like, they just waiting for you to be like, oh, your kid took something out of the store. It could be kid. It doesn't matter. I feel like I worry 10 times more when it comes to letting my child go play. I worry 10. Then I thought I would ever. With the
You shouldn't have
it makes me
to.
concerned when he starts driving. That makes me more nervous for him to even start driving.
I get it, like, because even like you have like you have these videos where kids are getting arrested, like elementary kids are getting arrested.
Yeah, like, there was a little girl. A little girl, I think she was having school, and next thing you know, her mom's getting a phone. She's being arrested, and she's in elementary school. This is experiencing what it is to have handcuffs on her. Seeing her, her classmates watching.
Yeah, again, treating blacks as
Turn around and
animals.
find out
We are animals. We're not people.
Yeah, little girl is find out.
I
that
think
they
I'll
just
go
didn't know
to
how to
jail.
handle a child on this.
I'll go to jail. I'll go to jail.
I probably would too.
Yeah, but you can't.
I mean,
That's common
I would
sense.
too.
Don't put handcuffs on an elementary school kid. Like,
I
come
will
on.
go to jail
What that
because
kid?
the way
You a
I
big
was
strapping man. It takes 5 years to beat
upside those
another big man.
heads.
What a little kid gonna do to you? Honestly, what a little kid gonna do to you?
I will go to jail. I will
Hey,
go
it's
to
a
How is
jail.
she?
culture.
How
And
is she
the
a
thing
threat?
is this, it's not even that, it's just a culture, right? Because when my daughter, right, not too long ago, she stole buku money. She stole buku money, went to the mall, spent half of it, okay? So I was like beyond frustrated because it was my money that she took. I was beyond frustrated. And so I called the cops to see if they could scare her or whatnot. And they made it very clear they cannot put handcuffs on her because she is a minor. They cannot arrest her because she is a minor. They
There
cannot
you
lock
go.
her up because she is a minor. So what is elementary kids doing getting arrested and locked up by the police when
Because
it's
that's a school police.
illegal? It don't matter if it's
Uh,
a school
so
police or
hold
not.
on
It
No,
then.
I'm
is still
saying
So
they got a
so
different
illegal.
mentality inside there.
so
It don't even matter if it's
It's
police.
still illegal. It's illegal. It's illegal. Point blank, period. It is illegal to do something like that. It doesn't matter if it's in school. It doesn't
it's not
matter if
illegal.
it's
You know why it's
outside
not
school.
illegal?
Why is it
You don't
not
know why it's not
illegal?
illegal?
Because we're black. It's not illegal.
Exactly.
We have no rights. We
And
have
that's
no laws.
bullshit. And to me,
Government
that's bullshit.
protecting us.
Look past the skin of my color. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Pause for a second. I
I'm
just
not
want to
gonna
let y'all know Mike has left for the night. So I just want to shout him out. Thank you, Mike Jones,
Yeah.
for tuning
Who?
in with us.
Yes, Mike Jones.
Coming on and giving your insight about the Tyree Nicholson case and just your insight in general as being a father of two sons and just an independent black person. So
Mm.
thank you again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I think what I most is, I mean, Apple, Simone, y'all both know Braylon. Classic child. He is very energetic
Yeah,
for
that
his
mouth.
age. And that mouth of his, he starts public, and that's
Mm-hmm.
and to be like, oh, to go through that feeling of like having my kids start. I'm also terrified.
Yeah, because Braylon don't.
Because
I
He
know
don't
how
go
you
no
feel.
punches. Boom, boom, boom. He gonna tell
he
you
don't.
about
he
yourself.
does not hold
He don't care if you the teacher, the principal,
words,
or what.
nothing.
If he think you
And
ugly, he gonna tell you ugly.
But
and
who's that to blame a little bit for though? Because you know somebody gonna try to blame that.
Yeah,
and I kind
I'm
of
to blame.
agree.
It's not something that.
Well, I don't. I
Nah, I'm to blame. I tell motherfuckers they
for
ugly
me.
if they ugly. So that's where he get that from.
No,
But no, I do put most of the way he reacts. I do put that full-blown responsibility on me because of the way that two situations.
Okay.
Because if I'm in a situation, I feel out of, I guess you could say, out of my control, or just feel like I'm not being heard, but calmly finding a way to react to it, I do the opposite myself, and it is something I am working on with him himself. Then vocally say his feelings instead of throwing something, or screaming and yelling.
Oh, that's my daughter. Mm-hmm.
But even with
So
trying
when
to,
she starts to do that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
now
because
I decided. So you gonna throw that?
phase where-
I'ma pop you, and then I'ma just watch you cry. And then when you finish your tantrum, and then we could discuss it because we're not gonna do this.
that's what exactly. Mostly with me with birth, because he went through the phase where upset. He wouldn't vocally tell you he was upset. You would just cross the room, and that's how you know he got a whole attitude.
Oh yeah, he used to get
Girl,
popped
I
by
know.
me.
It's these
It could be a
these
tablet,
new
it could be
babies coming out right now, okay? These
Yeah.
babies coming out right now. They just come out with a whole
It
personality.
was.
Okay?
He would do that with her though, because
My daughter is 1.5.
The smallest thing. It could be
Exactly.
so simply small, and Braylon
You
would
could
get
say
so
no.
mad.
Mm-hmm.
His words. Instead of using his words, he
Yeah.
and
Now
just
my
wants
daughter
something
was
across the room.
exactly. Yeah. And I'ma tell her go
It's
pick
so
it up.
Even though
if you do.
and that's my like now he's in school, and you can ask him because we be confused. And he'll just be like reckless and wild and smack like he does. But you go to his teacher, and his teacher will tell you the complete. He's nice. He helps the teacher set out kids, nap. He pass out snacks. He does his work. He sits down. He listens. And I'm like, y'all sure not telling me the correct child? Because I feel like I dropped off different people.
But that's how you know you're doing a good job as a mother, because that's how Leah was. Leah was wild as hell, and then in public, she's the best thing ever. The best thing ever. Listen, I went to the teacher conference today.
And then even with knowing that, and all her teachers have been so happy to see her back.
They all love her. They all love her. And she has the kindest heart. She's so sweet. She's so patient. She's nice. She's helpful. She's beautiful. She doesn't give us any problems. It's just she spaces out in class a lot, and she forgets what she's saying in mid-sentence, or when we get to her about her question. Oh, yeah, that's not me. And when we get to her, so that she can ask her question, she's already forgot. That's what's concerning for us. But other than that, she's like the best thing ever. She's so sweet. She's so great. She's so nice. I'm like, I don't get that at home.
Cause you mommy.
I don't
get all this attitude. You gonna get all this.
No, let me get that.
Yeah, and so that's what
That ain't that much different when I go to work.
Getting arrested. Yeah, like it's like
Yeah, it's crazy.
like just the youngest kid getting arrested is crazy to me. Because like I'm like, yo, my kid, yeah, when he's in public, helpful kid, but he does have his moments where he's not very verbal and he doesn't communicate the right way with his emotions. Am I gonna be getting a phone
These
call
kids are young.
because he uses his verbal words to tell you how he feels? I'm walking up and there's like 5 or 8 cops for one little kid. Yeah, there's school cops and they're
I
gonna
would
keep
go
kids
to
safe,
jail.
but do they?
Yeah, I think I'm playing. I'll go to jail.
Do they really? Is the
I
question?
would go to jail too. If I
You're
found
going
out,
to
Nah,
jail
if
now.
I
I'm
found
gonna.
out
nah.
they
Those.
arrested my
Trust me, those
I
school
child
said I'm
cops.
trying to put my daughter in daycare, and I'm like,
before
Lord,
contacting
the way
me,
my daughter has her personality and she's strong on it. I pray. First of all, we be playing around talking about you want to fight. I said, I hope she don't go to school. So I said, asking these
trying
little
to
kids,
fight
you
people.
want to fight? Like, what?
Mm.
And then, come on, think about it. You got to go to the school, and then the teacher's saying, "Well, your daughter, she was like telling this little girl, do you want to fight?" And I'm just gonna be looking at her like, "Oh wow, she really?" I'll talk to her. Like, damn well, no, my daughter ain't gonna talk about it if you want to fight for
So,
no reason.
so
Okay?
my son is in daycare, right?
Mhm.
And this Spanish kid in his class, I guess he has a hitting problem. So he hit my son. Now I picked him up that day. My son didn't tell me nothing. He didn't tell his mother nothing. He told
Mhm.
grandma. So when grandma started spazzing, I was like, "What?" So I went up to the school the next day and I grilled his father. I told his father, "So the next time your son hit my son, I'm gonna hit you because he's obviously learning it from the house. He
Mhm.
come here and he touched my son. I was bullied in school, so I don't like bullying. If he come here and hit my son, I'm gonna hit you when you pick him up." And then he pretended he don't understand English because he's saying something in Spanish. I went down to the school for a couple of weeks. Did he hit you? No. Okay. I don't play
So
that.
he understood. He
Well,
understood.
mine didn't get hers from home because I didn't teach my baby that. I don't know where she got that from. It's
She
an
got put somewhere,
investigation.
Simone. She
An
got put
Listen,
somewhere.
ongoing
first of all,
investigation.
you a criminal. And Apple over here got a thug daughter. So I don't understand what y'all raising y'all kids
How is
doing.
that a criminal?
What
Y'all
you
are thuggish.
mean?
How
How
is that
I
a
got a
criminal? Hold
thug
up, wait
daughter?
a
My
minute.
daughter
Let me
ain't
put some
thug.
reasoning.
Did
Hold
you
on.
just
What
say
you
she
mean?
took money and did something and this one over here talking about you want to fight? Yeah, you a criminal.
My
You
daughter, first of all,
Listen,
my
Simone.
daughter did not get.
she's
Do you want to
she's
fight
not a
from me?
thug. She wanted to ball. That's what she wanted to do. She
Okay,
took the
my
money and
daughter's just
literally
standing her
told her
ground.
friends, "You don't gotta pay for nothing. I got everything." That's what it was. She wanted to be a
Well, you
baller.
see, yeah, you see the key word there. You said right.
Yeah.
You heard what you said, right?
She wanted
Friends,
to.
friends,
Yeah. Yes.
friends.
Yes.
You got to remember that
Influence.
a lot of stuff don't come from home. They come from friends.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Like my mom used to always say, friends will take you, but they won't bring you back.
Yep. Yep.
So you got to
Yeah,
be
her
They
careful
friends
what
did
have been
friends
snitch
there.
on
left.
her though. They snitched on her. While
Yeah,
they
they
was
they didn't bring
there,
her
they
back.
text me
Oh, they
like,
6'9" her?
yes,
Oh
they
They
took
took her.
her.
They
nah.
took her, but they didn't bring her back.
You don't snitch over here. What?
Friends will take you,
Bruh.
but they won't bring you back. You
Yo,
Yeah,
know.
you know
they
that's how I
snitched.
knew
When
my
they say
best
they have
friend. That's how I
Canary
knew
on
my
her
best friend Mike.
Canary.
Is your
That's
best
why I
friend?
knew. That's why I knew my best friend Mike was loyal. My mom's came to pick us, well, pick me up from school, and she usually pick him up. And he knew I cut school, and she asked him, "What car?" I don't know. He possibly did. He probably did. I don't, well, he damn well know I cut school. He held it down like a champ. Listen, look,
Mm,
tell your daughter, pick new friends.
mm.
So,
Oh, she
Yeah.
sorry,
know
just
that.
to get back on topic, I was just going through my Instagram and I just saw the post where the sixth um,
That white mother. Mm.
It's a
officer
white
has
guy.
been relieved of duty following the fatal beating of Tyre Nichols.
I think
Did he
that's
throw
that
any
Following
same
the
punches?
white
release,
officer in the beginning of the video.
following the fatal, wait, wait, following the release of the body camera footage of Nichols' fatal beating by five other former officers, people have been calling for an additional officer to face consequences.
Let me tell
Mm.
you something.
According
In
to
order, in order for this to work, stop just prosecuting the officers. Get their captain, get their sergeant, because obviously they know their behavior.
Yes.
So
Yep.
once the captain and sergeant pockets start hurting because of their officers, they're gonna shape the fuck up. I'm telling you.
That's they gotta get rid of immunity nonsense.
Yeah.
They gotta get rid of that because when a cop does something, they shoot somebody. Oh, you get to go home suspended with pay. Yo, I never heard such garbage in my life. So you do something that you know
Yeah,
you're
I
not
think
supposed to be
you still
doing.
get
You get to go home
what you did.
and
So
still
hold
get
on.
paid.
So this is what was said. It says footage from the incident showed an officer pulling Nichols from his car forcefully and hitting him toward the ground using a taser. After Nichols was able to get away, the officer could be heard saying, "I hope they stomp his ass."
Mm.
MPD has reportedly not confirmed whether the officer was Hemphill, whatever his name is.
Remember,
So
I
now
told
they
you there's
don't
a white
know.
cop.
So now, first of all, let me say something. Hold up. Let me get let's get it down in the nitty gritty. White voice and black voice, you can't get them mixed up.
Mm.
Yeah, you clearly see him in the
Okay.
video.
Now,
I beg to differ. I
black.
beg to
Hold
differ.
Yeah,
on. Wait.
you
I'm
see
not
him.
finished. Black
Yeah, because
people.
Robin
Hold
Thicke
on.
sound black as
Hold
hell.
on. Hold on.
But
Black people can tune it. Now, there is certain kind of white people who can pass off some good language. But in a heated situation like this, I doubt the voice you would know who voices who. I feel that.
I mean,
Now,
whose camera caught the footage? Because it would
my
have
No,
thing
that's
been.
what I'm
was
saying. Hold on. Remember, I told you in the first video they showed a white cop pulling him out and trying to
So,
tase him. That's what I was saying. It
wake
was
up.
a white cop first, and then the black
but
cop came with the mace to spray,
you
and he
see the
got sprayed in the
difference
eye with his
though.
own stuff. That's
When
why they
it
got
comes
mad.
to the white people, they try to brush it, polish it, make it look nice and pretty.
Mm.
But when it comes to black people, it's raw and uncut.
As I'm saying, if you watch the video from the start, it starts off with a white cop. That's
So
the first, first
I'm
the
gonna
first thing
leave
is a
that
white
there.
cop pulls him out and gets crazy, tries to tase him, and then all these black cops jump on him and like, yo, they're trying to pull him over, and that's why they say, hey, you guys doing too much, you guys doing too much,
I'll
and then
Black
leave
that's how
people
that
need to
you.
there.
do black people need to do like the Jews. Have our own police, ambulance, our own
Yeah,
like.
all
I
own
mean, like
everything. Church,
So for those who
everything.
live
Own
in Brooklyn
everything.
and the ones
Own
who live in Brooklyn will
taxes.
know,
Own everything.
you know, if you go on Eastern Parkway, Crown Heights, Schenectady, Elbow, just a stretch,
We
almost
can't even
going towards
carnival
like
like we used
maybe
to, because the
Nostrand.
Jews keep shutting it down earlier and earlier and earlier.
You know, anytime, especially over on I think it's Kingston and Eastern Parkway, it has a police truck right there. It's forever there, ain't never gonna move.
that's because that's because they're I think it's called a mosque. Their mosque is there or
Yeah.
some shit like that. Whatever they go to is
So
there.
Oh,
that it
it's not a
all
mosque.
goes
It's
back
I know you're
to
talking about
Yeah,
synagogue.
that's
it
what.
all
Yeah,
goes
Mhm.
back
that
to
Mhm.
us supporting each other instead of beating each other up. I'm tired of us always blaming them, but we ain't blaming each other.
right. See, that's another thing. Because I treat the next black man how I treat them, I don't mean you need to come and treat the black man because you see me doing it. That make no sense.
No,
Well,
you have to
the
want to
fact
do
is,
it. It shouldn't be because oh I see them, I'm gonna do that. No.
no, the white man ain't coming in and treating us how they treat us because they see black men treating us like that. No, that's how they always treated us, and that's how they gonna always treat us. What needs to stop is the way we are treating each other,
We
because
try to imitate it.
yeah,
That's
well,
the
we
thing.
need to stop imitating it
That's
because
the problem. We try to imitate because a lot of black people see like the way how white people live, that's how we gotta be. We gotta reach that level. We gotta be like these white folks with these nice cars and these nice houses and stuff like that. So they start integrating their mentality when it comes to like how you treat black people, and that's the problem. We don't. We can try and have as high as a status as we want, but at the end of the day, we're still black, according to
Mhm.
these white folks. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You
I
know what
don't
we
care
need to
what
start
Jay Z, how
doing?
much money Jay Z have, or how much money Diddy has, or
He's
this.
still
Yo,
black.
the cops pull them
Yes,
over, they
still
black.
black.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what we need to start doing? Um, we need to start. You see how every time somebody get killed by the hands of an officer, because you ain't gonna see nobody marching by the hands of another black person. So with everybody marching in the hand of a white person killing a black person, a white officer killing a black person, what we need to start doing more is instead of just protesting, take it a little further. Don't shop. Don't. Let me say something. If a lot of black people stop buying the white people stuff and the same, okay, same like, okay, boom, let's say this white man have a corner store, this black person have a corner store, but you like what the white man selling and the black person don't have as much as what the white man got, fine. But if you're gonna protest, take it all the way.
Yeah.
that black
Hit them
store
in the
still
wallets.
has that black store still has
That's
enough
right.
for you to get by on and get what you need to get. Start supporting your black community. Start
Community.
supporting your
Period.
black people. Once you start eliminating the money going towards the white man's pocket, that's when it's going to start hurting them.
Mhm.
That's when we're going to start being seen and get some kind of respect.
Mhm.
I believe that. You gotta hit them in the wallet. That's all it is. That's all that matters.
Mhm. Yep.
You gotta hit
Until
them in
we
the
got
wallet.
until we do that, they're gonna always have the upper hand for us. They're gonna always know, oh, they're gonna protest. Okay, it's gonna go probably a couple of weeks, couple of months, maybe a month or two, and then after that, everybody go their separate ways. It'll be
Yeah.
talked on social media and on the news sometimes, but it just it still gets swept under the rug because they know it's not gonna last long. That's why a lot of these police officers is getting over and getting off because we're not consistent. And then when you hear about the crimes, okay, this person got killed today, boom. Okay, next person tomorrow's a whole another person who's getting killed. It gotta start somewhere, and literally, I feel like
You gotta start with
where it
us.
needs to get, yeah, it gotta start with us, and that's the honest truth. That's how I feel like it got to start with us.
Start with us. All right.
But anyways, guys, this conversation was good.
It was,
I feel
yeah, it was
like
a
we
good
got a lot
conversation.
across.
I think the
I
first
feel
half
like everybody.
it was not
I
recorded.
feel like we had a lot of technical difficulties tonight, but hopefully we were able to get what we needed to say across, and everybody said what they feel, their opinion and the whole situation on Tyre Nichols, and also just in general of society and how we are being treated, and but it was a pleasure, Mr. Thomas.
Yes,
Philly
ma'am.
Biggs,
Yeah, thank
you
you,
know,
Thomas. I
forever.
got him to stay up.
Um, Mike
Enjoy it.
again,
Yeah,
thank
I gotta
you.
wake up in like 2 hours. No
Of
problem.
course.
Oh
Mike
shit.
again, thank you. Even though
I'm
you're not on,
sorry.
thank you for tuning in again. It was a pleasure to have you on. Um, applesauce, chocolate swirl. Until next time, guys.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, let's see, leave us before we even finish.
No,
Wednesday,
still there. She just went off camera.
oh, Wednesday, Apple, what are we doing on
It's
Wednesday?
book club Wednesday. We're going over
Book
part
Club
one of
Wednesday.
our.
We're gonna be going over part one of what was the name of the book?
mm, Give me 1 second. I don't know why I can never book. The name's too long. Is what the problem is. What man wish you knew the 40 rules to attract man and keep him.
Yes, yes, yes.
I would like for you men to join
Very
too because I
interesting.
want y'all to tell us like what you think about this book.
Yeah.
Bullshit. because he's saying all the
Y'all don't even
shit
have to
that's
read it.
on the
Just the
internet and
title.
everything is bullshit. And what he got is the
Yeah.
real.
Wednesday night.
Um,
So I yes. And it would be nice too because I want to know, do you feel like this author is giving out the secret? If there is a secret.
mhm.
But
Jared
it will be very much
Jameson.
interestingly talked about. So yes, guys, I hope
Shirley, you breaking up, but
I I hope
I know
you
it's like
guys have a good night. What?
yeah. What man wish you
Hmm?
we got that. We got that, Shirley. You are late, but it's
I,
okay.
I feel like you
again,
could call
thank
out
you guys, gentlemen, for
it in the
In the men or the bullshit in the women?
Well, this
Hmm.
is the bullshit in the woman because he ain't. This ain't for the weak. This is for the
so
strong
I
woman out there who's ready to
to
hear
hear from some guys if
what
that book's bullshit.
feel and think
Agree
about
with
women
the
and
book.
what y'all want from us, what y'all want. I believe, honestly, y'all want to and sit there.
So you can
But I'm gonna
but
read
we
the
will
book.
talk more on that on
Yeah,
Wednesday.
the book.
So
Yeah.
to close out,
Oh, so you doing the
again,
outro? Or you doing
thank
the outro?
you
Yes,
guys
outro.
for
You can read the
tuning
poem.
in. For those who are interested, we will see you back on Wednesday to
11
discuss
p.m.
more about the book.
11 p.m.
And for those who are watching, if you like, please subscribe to Moms After Hours and tune
And if you
in.
don't, Santa P gonna crawl in your face at night.
Share anyways.
We will
Like it or
we
not.
will be please
If you
share.
don't like
Even if you
us,
don't
share
like,
and say,
please
look
share.
at this
Please
shit. Share and say, look at this shit.
And then also, if you have your own opinions, comment. Let us know what you think about what we've discussed. That'll be grateful. Again, share, subscribe. Also tune in on Wednesday for the book club, and then
Freaky
um,
Fridays
yeah,
after Book Club
and
Wednesday.
then Friday. So we go live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Wait.
You don't want to
What we
miss
gonna talk
it.
about Friday? I know we gonna
Freaky
talk about
Friday.
Friday.
What we gonna talk about Friday? Let me see if you know.
Stop playing with them, Ryan. You thought I was feeling you? That nigga munch. Nigga eat it, he ate it for lunch. Bitch on my body, I get what I want. You thought I was feeling you? That nigga munch. Nigga eat it, he ate it for lunch. Bitch on my body, I get what I want. Like, this shit got into the beat.
Don't want to play too long. Don't want that copyright infringement. So yeah.
Yes,
Good night.
yes.
Well, good morning, and we will see you on Wednesday.
Make sure you bring
Later.
your wine, your liquor, your tea, your coffee, whatever. Come and join us. Have a great. Bye.